Welcome to another episode of Times Square Kung Fu. I am your host, Frankie Balboa, aka Shogun Supreme, man. Y'all know the deal, y'all know the vibes. What's the vibes for today? We're going to be talking about the recently announced 4K release of Dragons Forever. And this is, for me, it blew my mind that when they announced this, because this is their second 4K announcement. The first one was Drive. So I'm gonna talk about what to expect from this release and what are my concerns, So with that said, the kitty wants to be in the video. Say hello, Ran. The kitty wanted to be in the video. So with that said, man, I'm gonna get into these details. You already know. Peace. So yeah, it looks like the cat wants to be in the video right now, But yeah, this is an interesting release because 88 Films just recently released a steelbook of this film on Blu-ray, and they did a regular release as well a couple years back. So this is the third time they're releasing this film, and the Blu-ray was already scanned from a 4K source. I mean, the Blu-ray looks amazing. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with this 4K release because, like a lot of people know, sometimes when they take older films, which benefit greatly from 4K, people don't see that much of a difference, even with me, with certain titles, and when they do a phenomenal job, an amazing job with it, it really stands out. So I'm curious to see what 88 Films is going to do because we still haven't seen a 4K release with them. The first announcement they did was Drive, and there's the second announcement they did for a 4K release. So I don't know what type of HDR they're going to use or, how they're going to go about it because the Blu-ray looks already amazing. So, with this film, like, if you guys haven't seen it, it is one of the most banging classics from the Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung, and Corey Yu's, not Corey Yu, but Yung Bao's catalog. Like, this is the last time all three of them were together, and Jackie Chan plays a lawyer defending this company, a chemical company, that's going after, a fishery. But, he gets hired to find dirt on them. Little did he know, he's defending some evil bastards that, on the low, they doing some grimy stuff, man. I'm not gonna get too much into the story because I definitely want you guys to peep it if you never saw it, and I most likely will save that for my 4K and Blu-ray comparison video. Damn, Ren, you mad hype just like me. But one thing I'm hype about is that if they do a great job with this 4K transfer, these fights are gonna pop, bro. Like I'm telling you, man, the fights in this film is like through the roof, bro. Like the flow, the impacts. Like, I know for sure somebody got injured in this film. More than one person because there's a fight scene with Yung Bao and everybody's favorite Canadian, Billy Chow, where he kicks him so hard, he flips and he lands in the edge. His neck hits the edge, bro. Like, it's pretty freaking wild, man. And, of course, Jackie does what Jackie does, bro. Like, he goes super in, man. But, with that said, wow, you mad hype. With that said, I want to see what to do because the thing is, like, people don't like double dipping sometimes. Like, how many times we bought these Blu-rays? How many times we bought these DVDs? Like, that's why I went digital for this era, man, because, with Apple, what they do with their free, 4K upgrades, I'm pretty much satisfied with the quality and the sound that Apple does on iTunes. I might have to raise the decibels here and there up compared to a Blu-ray, but the picture quality when you sit, 8 or 10 feet away, you can pretty much tell the difference. Like, come on, you really can. But, yeah, I'm going to show you guys a comparison of, films that do from that era, from the 80s, that do 4K right. And one that, is so-so. Like, a lot of people are just fine with that Blu-ray, and people saw me mention this film on my Twitter account. You doing pretty good, girl? All right, so here's some picture comparisons, you know what I mean? And we come right back, all right? Peace. All right, now that you guys saw those picture comparisons with, Blade Runner and Robocop, again, I want to put the link from the source of the screenshots. It's a great resource for buying your disc, or even before you buy him, and that's Capaholics. I'm going to put a link at the high resolution shots from that website. But even through these YouTube pictures, you see the fidelity and the pop from the Blade Runner pictures that I've shown. And when you see this on an actual, HDR capable TV, you get to see the details of those first screenshots I showed in the building. Same thing with her, when she's holding the gun. Look at the light in the background on the 4K shot. Yeah, you can see the blue stand out. And also her makeup, you actually see the details of the lashes. Again, way better shadow detail, great pop, and just great fidelity. And with the grain, it just adds texture. Something that's missing from the Blu-ray. Now with Robocop, oh man, like a lot of people are just satisfied with the Blu-ray. Like they don't justify the upgrade. Some people do, because the Dolby Atmos track on this transfer, from what I heard, is no joke. And it's a how can I put it? The grain is more, it has more pop to it, and the shadow details. But again, it's not that big of a difference for a lot of people. Not even for me. I'm like, if I owned the Blu-ray already, this film, which I missed out when Arrow, released this, when they released the regular Blu-ray, because I wasn't thinking about getting it at the time. I'm getting the 4K one, because I missed out on that limited edition box that comes with a dope booklet, lobby cards and poster. So yeah, I'm gonna get the 4K one, obviously, But if you already own the Blu-ray, I know many people that do, they're like, I'm not upgrading, because one thing that people need to understand is that Dolby Atmos, it's not an audio codec. Something people confuse. It's actually an audio feature, because you got Dolby True HD, which is uncompressed, going through the Dolby Atmos, feature. Man, this cat is mad hype, man. She wants to play. So yeah, I want to see what 88 Films is going to do with the 4K releases, because I'm curious how they're going to do the HDR. One thing that, when it comes to older films, or even current films, is that when they do skin tones, they look very red. Like some transfer looks really bad. Like it's like they look very red, and some of them even for some odd reason add DNR. So I don't see what they're gonna do with this, because the Blu-ray looks already amazing. The only thing I could see the 4K release benefiting very well is the day scenes and some of the indoors apartment scenes, because I could see the shadow detail there, and plus it's an 80s film, so there's a lot of color in this, And there's certain scenes where when it's closed up, like you see a slight blur, like in the ears and the edges of their, clothing of it, or even in the screen. So I could see an improvement from the 4K release of this film, but is it gonna justify an upgrade from the Blu-ray to the 4K? Let's see. I'm gonna get the 4K one because I love this film a lot, and I think the way 88 Films handled the film transfer, they take it very seriously. So I have faith they're gonna do a great job. It's gonna be a sharper image, and we're gonna see a very nice color contrast, shadow detail, and it's gonna be a nice pop image. It's gonna be night and day difference. Who knows? But I have faith they're gonna do a great job. I think they're gonna do what we saw with Blade Runner. So let's see, man. And I'm gonna hit you guys with my final thoughts. So yeah, I'm very excited for this, and because the benefits of 4K is just more than HDR and resolution, but also region free. But I did read, I don't know if it's 100% confirmed yet, but Will from Hong Kong Cinema said that this is also coming out in the US, so it's gonna be cheaper. But if it didn't, a 4K disc is region free. But like I mentioned, previously, let me grab her. She's so hyped right now. Like I mentioned previously, is that I want to see how 88 Films is going to go forward with the 4K releases. Again, we haven't seen one, but I have faith in them because they take their transfers very seriously. Like these guys are no joke. And especially when they started, because the free releases were like, for the Shaw Brothers stuff, but they've been knocking them out of the park ever since, man. Like, they are no joke. So I want to know what type of HDR container they're going to use for this release. Are they going to use HDR 10 Plus or Dolby Vision? Which, you know, a lot of people want Dolby Vision. If you have a Dolby Vision capable TV, man, that picture's in a pop, you know, like seriously. But again, I mean, we're going to see, man, because if the film, when it comes out, I don't see like a detailed difference from the Blu-ray. And again, that's what the channel is for. You know, I'm trying to make you guys save money on top of that. If I don't see a fidelity difference, and all I get is an HDR difference, which might not be night and day, and you already have the Blu-ray, most likely I want to tell you guys just keep the Blu-ray, you know what I mean? But if you're a fiend, I mean, that cover looks pretty dope. I don't know, man, you know, go ahead and get it, man. But again, don't be surprised when you guys are, you know, seeing all these 4K releases that the Blu-ray looks just as good. A good example is, of course, when Blade Runner 2049 came out. Like, the clarity was pretty much almost identical. The only thing is you got a boost on the HDR, but it wasn't enough to justify getting the 4K release if you already had the Blu-ray, you know? And you was lucky enough to redeem your iTunes code, you got the free 4K update, so there you go. And that's one benefit about a lot of these mainstream films, is that they come with a code so you can redeem on the digital storefronts, you know? So yeah, man, I mean, I'm excited. So with that said, like, share, and subscribe. And you already know, man, until the next one. Peace.